Today in the BrickLab, we're going to be helping Zane hunt some dragons and escape the clutches of the Iron Bear. First thought with this version of Zane was to try to armor him up. And to do that, I used this Nexonite's torso and leg combination from Lance from the original version of the Nexonite. It was a good idea in theory, but in reality, it was not so good. There wasn't enough black on the torso to match up with the mask, and the whole thing just looks kind of awkward. Now, to be fair, Zane now can switch back and forth between his yellow head and his titanium head, and to be honest, I do prefer the yellow head, so that's what I'm going to be using. And I do prefer the yellow head, so that's what I'm going to switch to real quick. And if we take a look, we can see that it does look slightly better with the yellow, but overall it would probably be best if we just use the white face mask with this version. I really do like this combination because it looks pretty cool. The only problem is Zane really isn't going to fit in with the rest of the ninja. Now, given that the ninja are scattered across the realm of the Oni and Dragon, the least of their problems is trying to match up their costume designs, but some continuity across the line is good. So I like the way this turned out, but of course, we're not limited to that. There are other options available as well. So for the next version of Zane, what I did was use legs from the LEGO Ninjago movie version of Zane and put them with the torso from the Exoforce line. It really has a nice armored look and it kind of fits Zane. Of course, the blue is a little deeper than we're used to seeing on Zane, but if you look past that, this version of Zane actually does look pretty good. Of course, I still can't get used to the titanium, unfortunately. Alright, of course the titanium looks good, but I personally think that the yellow looks even better, and I really like this version of Zane too. I guess this version of Zane actually does fit in a little bit better with the rest of the ninja, and so of course there's that. Now what we can also do is, and if you'd like an extra armored look, you can swap out those legs with the legs from the Sons of Garmadon. The only problem with that is that, again, with the other ninja that we've looked at, this printed design doesn't really continue onto the torso, and it just kind of looks awkward. Plus we have this light blue here, and it really clashes with the darker blue up there. Alternatively, if you'd prefer a simpler design, what you can do is use these white legs with black hips, and just put them on instead. And that design looks pretty good too. Of course, it is overly simplistic and really doesn't fit in with the design for the other ninja. So far, we've looked at the versions of Zane where he's all built up, but of course we can go in the opposite direction and rip up his costume a little bit. So to do that, I went back to the LEGO Ninjago movie legs and added on this torso. It's from one of the custom Ninjago minifigure. It's from one of the Ninjago minifigure packs, exclusive to the LEGO shop and the LEGO website. Of course, the only downside is that it only goes with yellow skin version of Zane, but as I mentioned, that's my favorite version. And so if we add that on, we can see it just really looks good. It really looks like Zane's been marooned in a deserted landscape and was forced to use his wits for survival. He also does look kind of tough here. I know the robes are outdated a bit, they're from the Tournament of Elements, but like I said, the whole look kind of comes together and it looks really neat. And unfortunately, like all the previous versions we've looked at, the legs from Sons of Garmadon Zane do not fit in just because they have that armored printing here and that doesn't match up with the rest of the torso. Of course, if you'd like, you could ignore it, pretend like it's just a different part of his costume, but it does bug me a bit, so I'm just gonna stick with the LEGO Ninjago movie version. And I think that'll be where my final version of Zane ends up. Anyway, that about wraps up our look at Zane and the last of the custom LEGO Ninja from this season. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and do all that other good stuff. We do have other custom minifigures on the way, so if you're looking forward to those, well, look forward even more, I guess. Anyway, I will see you guys next time.